Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Actually, my name is Ace, and I am trans, masculine, non-binary, and I have three pronouns.
This is such a great question because knowing how to use neopronouns in a sentence is just as important as knowing how to pronounce them. Now let's begin with sie, zem, zir. It can be used in a sentence like, sie doesn't want butter on zir bread. Number 2, sie here hears. Sie doesn't want butter with here bread. Number 3, Faye fair fares. Faye doesn't want butter with fair bread. And number 4, am air. A doesn't want butter with air bread. If you want to learn more about neopronouns, then click on the link attached to this video. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. I will be here to answer them. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and please know that you are loved and accepted.
Okay, I'm going to choose to assume that this question was asked in good faith and answer it as such. But, first off, you don't get to tell somebody that their labels for themselves are wrong. So when I say I'm bi, it's not really respectful to try to tell me no, I'm not. But a lot of misconceptions about what bi means come from not totally understanding how words work. People tend to make the assumption that the bi in bisexual is short for binary, as in bisexual means attracted to men and women, and thus if someone identifies as bisexual, it means they only date people who have binary genders, as in sometimes they're transphobic and or they won't date non-binary people. But the bi in bisexual is not short for binary. Bi is just a general prefix that means two. It doesn't specify two of what. So when I say that I'm bisexual, as in attracted to my own gender and other genders, that's 1 and 2. But beyond that, early bi activists defined bisexuality that way. But bisexuality has always been highly stigmatized both by the straight and gay communities. Because our existence makes it impossible to prove to other people that you're only attracted to one gender. And straight people usually don't want anyone to think it's possible that they could be partly gay or gay adjacent. And monosexual gay people want homophobes to understand that they are not capable of heterosexual attraction and to stop pressuring them to be. Many inappropriately blame bisexuals for that. So openly identifying as bi means a lot of straight people hate you and a lot of gay people hate you, and nobody wants to be hated. And especially younger generations who don't know the history of bisexuality, and who don't want to be perceived as only being attracted to people who fit within the binary, often consciously or unconsciously choose to distance themselves from using bi as a label. And thus, pansexual and omni, which I actually haven't heard before, were created. And although, as another commenter pointed out, some people do slightly differentiate between those things, so a common thing that sometimes people will say that, pansexual, they're attracted to people of all genders in spite of their gender, and then bisexual, they're attracted to people, but their gender matters. I'm not gonna lie, I've never fully understood that nuance because it doesn't feel relevant to me. But you should know that a lot of people use all of these terms interchangeably. And if you don't know what a specific person means when they say bi or pan or omni, then you should ask them. Because they'll know what they mean. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but I know a lot of queer people, and I've never met a person who identifies as bi who means binary by the word bi. People usually mean my gender and other genders when they say bi. That's actually always been the standard definition.
Hello, my strange little onions. You asked, so I'm delivering part 50 of creepy conservative men who come into my DMs because they think I'm a woman. This is a special one, not just because it's the 50th, but because it is St. Patrick's Day themed. Get ready for festive vulgarity. Once upon an Instagram DM notification. Happy St. Patrick's Day, he said. To you as well, I said. I'd love to see your shamrock shake, he said. Beg pardon? I asked. LOL, your chesticles, he said, but he did not say chesticles. My goodness, you certainly are putting the leper in leprechaun, I said. What? he asked. Leprosy, it's also called Hansen's disease. It's most commonly spread by coming in contact with an armadillo. Have you come in contact with an armadillo? I asked. Babe, I don't have leprosy, he said. Are you sure? Because I don't even think Jesus would touch you, I said. Bitch, he said. I don't even know why I messaged you. You're a 5 at best. You have an ugly bulbous nose and your eyes are just freaky looking. All right, I said. I only messaged you because you have nice chesticles. If you're not going to show them to me, I'm out of here, he said. Wait, don't go. I'll give you what you want. Said no one ever, I said. Bitch, he repeated. Like the snakes in Ireland, I thought he was gone forever, but an hour later he messaged me. It was a picture. Whatever could the picture be? It was his ding-a-ling. For reference. Hey, he said as if nothing had happened. I did not reply. A few minutes went by and he sent me another message. What'd you think of my picture? He asked. Your glands are disturbing. That vein is distracting. There's nothing truly notable about your size or girth. I will give you your photo composition was quite good. If you made it black and white, it could be an art piece, I said. Bitch, he said. 20 minutes passed before he messaged me again. Come on, babe, I'm sorry. Please show me your chesticles. But again, he did not say chesticles. All right, I said. Babe, why'd you show me pictures of your socks? He asked. How else do you think a drag queen gets such buxom and perky chesticles? I said right before I blocked him.
Tell me your best story where you've emasculated a man.
I said his name. For context, I am a creative writing master's degree student who has passed her thesis. So I had some disagreements with this gentleman in the past. To protect the innocent, let's call him Ron. Now, Ron had showed a little bit of, fake wokeness in previous classes, and it was really annoying, and I was already losing my patience with him. He had already made it clear he was feeling a little emasculated in this class, because the professor was a 30-something young woman who never failed to make sure the class knew she was in charge, doing her job. And there was some disagreement in the class happening, and Ron was talking over her. She was trying to gain control of the class back. She was trying to get the conversation back on track because we had deviated, and he was interrupting her over and over and over. This goes on for about 5 minutes, and I just say, Ron! The whole class falls silent, and Ron doesn't speak for the rest of the class. And the professor fucking thanked me afterward.
What? You fuckers. You fuckers.
You motherfucker, I will rain hellfire upon you!
So if your only argument of white privilege doesn't exist is the simple fact that you've been arrested or you've gone to jail, then it's not relevant, because I don't understand why people make white privilege such this big broad thing. White privilege simply means that you didn't go to jail and you didn't get arrested simply because you were white. You got arrested and you went to jail because you broke the law, buddy. I don't understand why people make it so big. And they're like, oh, I grew up poor. Oh, what? No, you have white privilege simply because you're white. All white privilege isn't bad privilege. I mean, we needed white privilege in order to get through the Civil Rights Act. White people use their privilege to help us. You got white privilege if you're white. It doesn't matter if you're poor or dumb.
Have you ever wondered why when you leave water out overnight, it doesn't taste as good the next morning?
Nope, but I do want to know why it's going to take a whole last month to find a man guilty for a murder that we've seen on video 100,000 times.